Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. My name's Molly. I'm the founder, owner, operator, everything for Lacquer22, a small nail polish company. But today we're talking makeup once again. I have 8 palettes in front of me. These are the 8 palettes that are new to me and also new to this year, for the year so far. And I'm just gonna go through and rank them for you. I do have one of them in here, and it's actually the first one that isn't technically new to this year, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So here we go, let's get started. Okay, so like I just said, the first one that we have, this one is not new to this year. It technically released last year, but it sold out super fast because it's Twilight, and so I was not able to get it last year, so I'm counting this one in this year. This is the Colourpop and Twilight palette. I do have a video on this. Spoiler alert, I didn't love it. A lot of these shades, we have 15, a lot of these shades are just really not great, not good even. A lot of the shimmers I don't love. I'm sorry, my puppy is in here. The shimmers are just like not shiny. They're more of a satin finish, and I just do not vibe with that. I don't like that. The mattes are all right. We have 2 pressed glitters in here that I don't love. I don't like a glitter. I'm just really underwhelmed with this palette. Colourpop has done such better formulations in the past. I don't understand why this one is so different and for the worse. I don't recommend. All of the rest of the palettes are going to be from indie brands, more of the small business indie brands. So number 7, this is Unearthly Cosmetics Charmer. This was part of their Valentine's Day box this year. I think these mattes are absolutely gorgeous. However, I do wish there was a shade that was a little bit deeper. It kind of feels like we're all light or mid-tone here. And then with these shimmers, this one is my favorite by far, Lure, but they all just like these two feel too similar, but then also these two feel too similar, and I just feel like we could have had some more variation there, and we just don't. I like the idea. I don't like the execution, if that makes sense. The formulation's fine, it performs well. It's just not my preferred depth or color story for an eyeshadow palette. Still good enough, but I don't know, nothing too special. I am wearing the lip from this box, Bliss. I like that. I love that shade a lot. But the palette's kind of a mess for me. Next, for number 6, we have Blend Bunny Longing. This is a fairly new palette, and I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I think the quality is really good. My problem here is that I feel like the colors, the color part of the palette are too desaturated. I feel like if we could have just turned the saturation up just a tiny bit, it would have translated a little bit better to the eye for me. I like the idea, but like these purples kind of just look, they end up looking a little bit too gray for my liking. Same with the blues here, and then even these olive tones as well. It just all ends up looking very similar, and it's just a little disappointing. I think the shimmers in here are crazy. When It Rains, Love Letters, and If Only are so beautiful. The other shimmers are pretty as well, but they don't really have a shift like the first 3 that I mentioned. Again, I love the idea of this. I just feel like the saturation is what throws me off. If it was just a tiny bit more turned up, I think it would be absolutely beautiful, and I would really love it. I just feel like it just gets too gray for me, and it all kind of like melds together. For number 5, we have the only palette that I've gotten from Nomad so far this year. I thought their Ireland palette was cute, but like I didn't need it. Some of the shades felt too similar, and then the little travel palettes just aren't really my jam. And then, oh, the Florida Keys one, that looked pretty, but once I realized it was just a rainbow palette, I decided against it. Anyways, this is the New Zealand Stargazing palette. I really enjoy a lot of things about this palette. The shimmers in here are really pretty. I always love Nomad formula. They haven't really done anything wrong to me. Like, I feel like I've always enjoyed every single shade. The Haunted Europe palette I have from their first release forever ago. I will be rebuying it this year to try to compare. That one I don't love the formulation, but I think they've improved since then a lot. I really enjoy that this is a cool tone palette, but still with some color in here. So like the blues and purples, pinks. Again, the shimmers, most of them, all of them, at least most of them are duochrome or multichrome. And I just think this color story works really, really well. I also have a video on this. I guess really I have a video on all of them. I really like Nomad Formula. I think this is a fun color story. Definitely more of the like fall winter time frame. So I haven't used it a whole lot since I got it. But Nomad Formula, color story. We have some multi-chromes, duochromes in here. I just think it's really, really well done. And I love the stargazing theme. I think that is just really beautiful and calming. Next, for number 4, we're halfway done. The Big Kahuna, Ellis Atlantis and Blend Bunny. The Ultimate Rainbow palette, this massive palette. I really love, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I really love all of the color options in here. I just hate how huge this freaking palette is. It's heavy, okay? And part of that is because it has a mirror, but also it's huge. Like, there's 3 hands worth. Like, it's huge. I think all the colors in here go together really well. I think they all serve their purpose really well. I love having these like translucent shimmers down here. We have neutral, neutral. I love this little row of neutrals. I think these are really, really gorgeous. Some of these tones are just absolutely perfect to me as well. I love Specimen. I love Fatal. I love Presence down here. There's just some shades in here that are absolutely beautiful. It's just massive, so it does not get the top spot, but it does cover pretty much every base you can imagine. So if you want a one and done palette and you like colors and you like neutrals, Blend Bunny is your girl. Next, for number 3, this is another recent palette. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics High Temp palette. I think this is really, really beautiful. I have used it a couple more times since filming my words right now. I think this is just amazing. I think it's a really good classic summer palette with these red, orange, yellows, and then also having this twist down here with these neutrals, mauve-y neutrals. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I will still admit I don't love the shimmers in this palette because they're shimmery, don't get me wrong, but they're just a standard flat shimmer. Like, there's no dimension to them, and that's just not my favorite kind. But the quality in here is amazing. I think this color story, again, is so much fun. I think they really nailed it. Okay, we are already to second place. This is actually second and first place are both Gourmand Girls. And if you watched my Halloween palette review videos of them, you'd probably be surprised by that. Me too, girl, me too. This is the Peach Perfect palette. This is the newest one to my collection. I have since used every single shade except for this guy right here. Y'all, I love this. I think this is amazing. I'm definitely an orange fan, definitely a green fan, so I'm kind of biased there. I am really impressed with this palette. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I wish that this I'm Peachless shade was a little bit darker, or maybe if we replaced one of the lighter shades with another deeper brown, I think that would have been just absolutely perfect, because it does feel like we just have a lot of light shades in here. So replacing one with a deeper shade to have more depth, to have more contrast, I think would have been really, really cool. However, I'm really happy with every single shade that I've used. This shade right up here called Peachy Keen has this beautiful, just delicate pink shift to it. It's beautiful. Fuzzball is such a deep base that you can have such a smoky look with, or you can use it how I did in the video where it kind of blends into the shade down here called Wanna Peach of Me. I just think this was handled really well, designed really well, and I just think it's really, really beautiful. that's it. That end of story. Okay, for first place, we already said it's Gourmand Girls. It's also Steph's Beauty Stash. This is Nueva Vida. I am head over heels with this, okay? This is such a gorgeous color story. It gets washed out in the camera. It just doesn't get picked up well. Neon-ish. And then these shimmers are all those like kind of toppery shades that I love so much. We still have some darker shades over here. Obviously the neons, we have some pastels. Like, it's just, I feel like this covers so many bases. It's so fun and bright for summer. But you can also get away with doing like a monochromatic look if you want. Or you can mix it up kind of how I did in the video, doing the like orange to pink purple and then the green and blue. I'm so impressed with this palette. I really enjoy it. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my thoughts on all the palettes that I've tried this year. Quick little summary. I'm impressed with what we have going on except for Twilight palette. I really hope that they do another, like a New Moon palette that's just a lot better in quality, because I'm so disappointed in that one. I think it was only one of the looks that I actually really liked from the video. I can't remember, but I know like trying to play around with it more, like the shimmers are just upsetting, so upsetting. And I know they can do better because they have before. Anyways, let me know if you feel similarly, differently. Let me know how you feel compared to my thoughts, and we can talk about it. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye.